Hey everybody, what's up? Joe here. Gonna check out a puzzle today called Ambiguity by James Kopp. Normal Sudoku rules apply. That's 1 to 9 in every column, row, and 3 by 3. The gray lines in the grid are either Rinban or region sum. Okay. Rinban lines are a set of non-repeating consecutive digits in any order. Box borders divide the region sum lines into segments. These values have the same sum, so this cell would be the total of these three cells. These two cells would be the same. The clues outside the grid show the sum of the first number of digits from that direction, where the number is the first of those digits. So if this was a 4, then these 4 cells would equal 20. I believe is what that means. If this was a 2, then this would be a 2-5. Actually, this is a good place to start. I think. As in, this has to be a 2. If it was a 3, I mean, it would be saying that you have to have 3 cells, but a 7 can only be a 1, 2, and 4. That direction where X. So I do think that this is a 2-5. I don't think there can be anything else to it. Now, if this actually turns out to be 4, it's just a coincidence. This could be a 3, but it has to be a 2 or a 3. Could be a 2, 6, or a 3, and then a 1 and 4. 38 is a big old number. It's gonna take, well, and it can take 9 because the total would be 45, because if you add up every digit between 1 and 9, you get 45. This 42 is also interesting. That has to be 8, doesn't it? I guess 1, 2 could be down here. And this could be 7. But that is 7 or 8. It's 7 or 8. And then a 1, 2, or 3 down here. If it's 7, then a 1, 3 goes. Then a 1, 2 goes here to make the final 3. If it's 8, then the 3 goes here. And I think I can do pretty much the same with this. Or can I make 38 with 6? It would be 7 left over. So I guess this could be 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. I guess that could be 1, 2, 4, and this could be 6, maybe. We'll say 6, 7, 8, 9. But I also have to remember that if this is 8, this can be any number, basically. I'll leave it for now. Hopefully I just remember that's kind of a weird one. 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm not gonna mark it. Every time I mark it, I think I'm trying to map the digit around the grid. 21. 1 has to be 1, doesn't it? I didn't even see that 1 up there until now. It's crazy. So, oh, and what are up with these things? I have to figure out if they are Rinban or region sum. One, two, three, four, five. Well, if I figure out a 5 does not go on this line, then I know it's a region sum. That's about all I got there at the moment. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This could be a Rinban still. Otherwise, how would you get up there? If this was a high number, if it was 6, well, now hold. Yeah, I reckon this could be a 1, 2, 4. That'd be 7 left over, which would mean these. Yeah, which would mean these 3, 6 would be 38. 1, 2, 4. And then this would definitely have to be a Rinban, because if you had a 2 or a 4 here, there's no way you could make a region sum work. Interesting. Oh, wait a minute. Did I goof? Oh, no, I didn't. I was thinking when I saw this mark. When did I put this 6, 7, 8, 9 there? Did I assume that this was a region sum? And just say this has to be 6, 7, 8, 9 because there's 3 digits here? I don't know. Maybe that was during the rules that I said that. But this could be a Rinban. Is what I'm getting at. And I think I put the 6, 7, 8, 9 there because of the 38 though. Which is accurate. So I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna call it content. But this has to be at least a 3. I don't think it can be. It actually could be. Wait a minute. Can it be 5? If it has a 7 or an 8 in it? Yeah, it could. It is no higher though. It is a 2, 3, 4, or 5. I knew it wasn't a 1 there. I know you can't make an 18 in one cell. Promise. This is, well, it's not a 2 either. Come on now. It's a 3, 4, or 5. And this is a 3, 4. Well, this is 3, 4, or 5 too. But not a 5. Because of the row 5 over there. If it was 6 though, the smallest number would have to be 21. Because if you add up 1 through 6, you get 21. Let me pay more attention to these clues, I guess. That might be smart. Sherlock Holmes is 28 though. Can that be 1? JK. How can you make 28? It has to be at least 4. And if it was 4, you'd have to have pretty high numbers. 3 of them anyway. Which I guess that would still work. I guess I'll leave it alone. This is looking like it could very well be a Rin band though, huh? Alright, so I think there'd be quite a few possibilities for this, so maybe not with a 2 and 5 gone though. If this was a 3, for instance, it would have to have a 9-8 here. Is it intriguing? This one is a little bit, because if this was a 3, it would have to be with a 9-6. Because it couldn't be with an 8-7, because then this would have no fill. If this was with a 5, oh, and if this was with a 5, it would include this cell, and this would have to be a 7, and these would have to be 1, 2, 3. This one is kind of very interesting. But I've lost interest in it. So I don't know what else I can do with that at the moment. Because it could be a 4 and then like all that interest just leaves. But if it was a 3, it would have to be 8, 9. And this would be 7. If it was a 5, this couldn't be an 8 because it would need 10, and these would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 wouldn't work. But if it was 7, it would have to be 1, 2, 3, 5, which would work. And in both of those possibilities, I got this has to be 7. But what if this is a 4? Then I need 14 in these 3 cells, and this can be whatever the heck it wants. So immediately, not as interesting because of the 4. If this is a 3, this is 9, 8. And if it's a 4, again, it's just 16 there. And that has a few possibilities, I would think. What about, how do I sort out? Are any of these lines obvious of being Regent Summer Rinban? I mean, they're not, are they? I don't think they are at the moment. Because like I said, this could be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But it could also still be 2, 3, 4, and equal 9. And this would be 9. But it could even be 1, 2, 3 here and be 6. And 6. I've almost got a triple dipple in this row here. This, I have to remember, can be any old thing. Maybe I just delete that actually. Because it that marking depended on this clue. So yeah, I guess I've almost got it. I mean, I need to find just a bit more, but I'm about out of clues. What did I have any other rules that I'm forgetting? Rinban? No, it's just describing the rules of each. So what is Rinban? Which one of these are Rinbans? Which one are region sums? Can these be consecutive? Don't see why not, because can this be 1 and 4? This would be 1, this would be 4. Because 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 cannot reach 7, 8, or 9. So if it wasn't for this pesky 6, then I would know it's a region sum. But it can reach 6 just barely. If it was 2, 3, 4, and then 5 up here, and then 6. So how do I disprove 5? 5 would have to go there. But that seems okay as well. Don't see why that wouldn't be. I don't see why that would be an issue. 5. How do I get 6 out of here? Yeah, numbers can repeat on region sums line. They cannot repeat on Rinban. I have to figure out which one they are first. I'm leaning heavily toward this one being a region sum, but I can't prove it until I know this isn't a 6, or unless a higher number goes on the line. A number higher than 3. Right, so this could most definitely still be a Rinban. Can this? Oh yeah, that can't be 6 because it would be 21 minimum. What else do I do here? There's 7. Oh, okay. If these were 20, and this was 7, these 4 would be 18. Because 1 through 9 added up is 45. So if this was 3 here, these would be 27. This would be 18. If it was 4, that would be 27. These would be 18. Okay, great job. Basically what I know now is there can be a lot of differences there. What about this 28? Why ain't this marked? This 28 can't be a 3. It has to be higher than 3. Oh, right, but that doesn't tell me that this can't be a 6. Uh, but it can only go up to 7. This can't be any higher than 7. But it could be 3. Or, no, sorry, it can't be 3. 987 is 24 is the max for 3, and you didn't include a 3, so that would not work. Can it even be 4, then? Can 4, yes, 4 could have a 987 with it, and that would equal 28. But it can only be 4, 6, or 7. 7 would be the digits 1 through 7, which would equal 28. Now, if man, if that 4 wasn't there, 2, 3, 4. If the 4 wasn't there, then I would know that this is a 6, 6, 2. Or, 6, 1, 2. And that would be 9. Oh, that can't be 9. What am I doing? Why did I put 9 there? Crazy. I even specifically remember saying that it can't be 9 because that would be 45. Didn't I? Oh well. If it's 6, this is 1, 2, 4. If it's 7, then it has 8 left. Or, no, it has 7 left. If it's 7, it has 7 left. Okay. If it's 8, then it's a 7 that goes right there. And this would be 8, and this would be 3. But does it have to be that way? This could be 6, and basically be every number except for 1, 2, and 4. Then this could still be 7, so I think there are still options. If this was 7, this would be... Oh, that can't be 7 because the 1 is up there. Yeah. Because 7 must be all the lowest 7 digits, 1 through 7. Can't be anything else. This is now a 4 or a 6. What's interesting though is that if this was a 4, it could still be a 1, 2, 4 making a 7. Or, alternatively, it could still be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What if this was a 6 though? 2, 3, 4. Then it could not be a Rinban. If this was a 6, it could not be a Rinban. If this was a 6, it could not be a Regent Sum. So this is a 4. Nice. And now I know these are 7, 8, 9. Because that equals 24 plus the 4 is 28. And now we're somewhere. stuck again, probably. But now this can still be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or it can be 1, 2, 4. But it cannot be a region sum now, I guess. Is that the point? And it wouldn't make it to 8 on a Rinban. Wait, so it can make it to 6 on a Rinban. Okay, then I have to consider that working. It can add up to 7 if it was region sum, so I have to consider that working. And it can't make it to 8 on a region sum, and it can't add up to 8. So 8 is a no-go. So this is now 6 or 7. So it's either 1, 2, 4, or it'd be like 6, 1, or 5, 2, or 4, 3 in these two cells, which I think would be okay. These are going to be 2, 3, 5, 6. Don't know if that is of interest. Is this a 1? If this is a 1, this is a 7. Otherwise, okay, this is only a 1 or a 3. If it's a 1, this is a 7, and it's a region sum. Because if it's a 1, it could not reach, it wouldn't add up to 6, and it could not reach 6. Right? So if it's a 1, what I mean by reaching, it wouldn't reach it if it was a Rinban, and then it wouldn't add up to 6. So if this is a 1, 6 will not work. But if this is a 3, then it doesn't add up to 7, obviously, but it could reach it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like I've been saying. The whole puzzle. But I just haven't proved it yet. So there is a 6 in this corner somewhere. And whatever is up here. So there's a 6 here. There's a, yeah, and whatever's in this corner is also down here as well. And whatever is here, I mean, whatever's not here is here. So this cell is kind of full, basically. And that doesn't mean that the 1, 2, 3 is done for this row, though. It could be here along there. But alright, so if this was a 1, okay, this is either what did I say? If this is 1, this is a 7, and that's because it adds up to it. Otherwise, this is a 5. Okay. So, what do I think on now? This was 7. Could be 1, 3, or could be 1, 1, 2. Can this still be 1, 2? Yeah, it can. If it was 8, it would be a 3. And it can't be... Wait, could this be 6? No, because it would be 1, 1, 1. Okay. Two, 3, 5, 6. Now, oh, this cannot be a regent sum now. It has to be consecutive. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it has to have a 5 on it. Because no matter which way you start from, well, sorry, I know it's not a... Oh wait, I don't know that at all, do I? This could be 8, or 9. This could be 7, 2, or 8, 1. It could still be a regent sum. What am I on about? But if it was consecutive, though, if I do find out this has to be a Rin band, the 5 must go there. What I was about to say was, no matter which way you start from on a Rin band, if you go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you end at 5. Or if you went from 9, you would end at 5, so 5 would have to go on it. So, I have a feeling that one of these are going to be a Rin band, and then I can remember that it's going to help me sort that 5. Unless they're both regent sum lines, and then it won't help me at all. So that's probably the way it'll be. Now can this be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Imagine so. What now? What now? Maybe more on this guy? No, I've done absolutely nothing up there. That wouldn't even make sense. If this was 3, this is 9, 8. This must be 7. If this is 7, and this can only be 7, 8, 9, then we know it must be... Okay, hold on. if this is 3, and this is 8, 9, this has to be 7. And that then will force this into being a consecutive line. Now, although one could go here, one could go there, or 8, 9 could just go here. This could be 6, 5. Ugh, that is so annoying. If this was 3 though, with 8, 9, what if it had 4 on it? What would it have to be? It would have to be 16 more. 8, 7, 6 is 21. 7, 6, 5 is 18. 6, 5, 4. It could go all the way down to, well, I can't have a 5 on it. But it doesn't have, it's not forcing any high numbers into this though. With 3 digits adding up to 16, not really. 4, 5, 6 is 15. My point is it could be like 4, 6, 7, no. 3, 6, 7 maybe. That would be 16 with a 4. Yeah, so I don't know. But if this is a 3, oh, hang on here. Oh my gosh, I think this has been available forever. If this is a 3, this has to be 1, 4. It has to be 1, 3, 4. And then this would have no fill. Oh my gosh. Joe, come on. Come on, Brohim. I do believe that's been there since, what, the beginning of the puzzle? I don't know. There's 6 now. Here, this is now 7. Now I know that this has to be 1, and this has to be 7, because it's a region sum. Now this is 7, so it's going to have 2 digits left, adding to 7. Now, if this was a Rinban, the 7 would have to go here, and the 5 would have to go here. Alright, that still looks okay though. But the 7 does have to go here, so the 7 goes up here. Seven goes in this 2 by 2. The 2 goes in here. Can this... If it was a 3, it's still 8, 9. If it's a 4, I think we had a 6 involved in that extra 16 count. Six, 9, 1, something like that. Okay, so this can be, I'm going to just write down the possibilities here. This is 7 in total. So it could be a 1, 6 in that order. It could be a 2, 5, or a 4, 3. Oh, that's a lot of options. So it is one of those though. this is 7 or 8. If it was 7, right, this was 1, 2, which is still possible. If it was 8, this was 3, which is still possible. It would put the 3 there, and the 3 up here. Is 5 still possible there? I'm gonna say no. I think I just found my beginning clues in the wrong order, and then forgot to double check the others. Because look, if this was 5, it would have to have a 1 in it. So that cannot be 5. Because if it was 5, it had to be the 7. Wait a minute, I don't think that could... Oh, yes. This was... Before I found this 1, this was able to be 5. Because this would have been the 7. And it would have needed 11 more. And that would be 1, 2, 3, 5. But since it can have a 1, because I found this like right after that, I forgot to go back and double check it. Now this has to be a 3, 4. Which makes a combo in that column. What else does that give me? Where does 1 go? Do I know about any more lines? Two. Oh, well, this cannot be 1. Right. That can't be 1 because there's no way that would work on a region sum, and if it was a Rin band, it couldn't repeat. So the 1 has to go here. Does that give me anything else, though? You know, where does the 1 go if it doesn't... If this is 3, the 1 has to go on this line. I guess that would be okay, though. If it's 4, the 1 could go over here, though. Or there. Alright. Did I get help anywhere else? Probably not yet. If this is not... this cannot be... If this is 8... Right. Okay, this cannot be a... Regent sum anymore. This cannot be 9, because this would have to be 8, 1. And then if it was 8 or 7, it would have no things. So this is a consecutive thing. The lowest being a 7. So, let's start from the lowest. It would be 7, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So this cannot be a 2. Because we know this is 7, 8, or 9. But we also know, remember, that the 5 goes on it. Because even if we started from 9, we would hit 5. So my earlier talks had proved correct. This is a 5. This was not an option, and this 5 sees those 4. It puts a 5 down here. So this is going to require a 6. 6 goes there or there only. Oh wait, can it be 3? No, it could be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, couldn't it? At the minimum. So these that I have selected right now could also be 4, 6, or 8. Or 9. Wait a minute. 3, 4, 5. It has to have an 8 or 9 on it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, so it has to include a 4. So I already have the... Oh, and the 7 has to go here. Because that's the only place that it's not seen. I think I had mentioned that earlier as well. This is a 9 combo for the column only. So this is going to be a 4, 6, 8, or 9 only. Those are the options there. It can be nothing else. Okay. These are not 5. So they are not 2 either. Because those 2 digits were the remainder 7. And this is still 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 6. Can this be 4? That would be 4. It would force this to be 3. If this was 4, this would be 3. This would have to be 9, 8. That's still possible. Okay. Now what do we got? What do we got? Can this still be a region sum? Oh. Can this line still be a Rinban? It would have, the 5 would have to go right there if this was a Rinban. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess it could technically still work, but that would have to be the 5. Otherwise, it would have to be a 8 or 9 here, which would still work as well. This could be a well, it would have to be a 9 actually. And that could be a 2, 3, 4 along the way there. I think it would have to be, yeah. It couldn't be an 8 though, because it would be so if this is a region sum, this is a 9. But if it's the Rinban, then this is a 5. I mean, would this still have to be a 3 or 4? Does this have to be a 3 or 4 either way? I guess it could be a 1, 3 or 4. But it is a... Oh, the 1 is already in the row. So this is a 1, 3, or 4, but it's going to make a 3, 4, because if this was a Rinban, like I was saying, this would be a 5. Well, that could be 2, 3... Right, even if it was 2... It can't be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because the 6 can't go here, and it can't go on this line. And this is already being taken by the 5. So, yeah, and I mean, and if this was a region sum, then this has to be the 9, and this has to be a 2, 3, 4. So either way, this has been locked down to a 3, 4 combo wombo there. That is peculiar. So either this is 9 or 1. This is 1 or 9 only. And then what would this be? It would be a 5 or 9 only. That's so weird. So did I get a... No, I mean, I haven't really... I don't know that I got too much out of that, but... Well, I mean, that's kind of big. At least I know, like, those digits are really restricted. On the line, at least. So that's good. But now what do I do? That was pretty good deduction, though. Ah, the 7 right here, look. 7 gets stuck over there. Baby steps on this puzzle, huh? Did I get anything else out of here? Not yet. No, but as soon as I do... Oh, dang. Settle down. I'm gonna start this over. I'll write it back. I had to take a little break there. Try to remember where I'm at. I was thinking down in this box, I think. Maybe up here. This was 3. It was going to be a what? It would have had to been a 9, 5, I believe. Or no, it would be a 9, 6 if it was a 3. If it was a 3, this would be a 9, 6. It could not be 8, 7 because this would have no fill. If this was 3, this is 9, 6. In some order. I'm gonna ignore that for now. It would be that this would be a 3 or a 4. Oh, right. I don't think that's giving me anything. As this is the remainder. Oh yeah, this is equaling 7. This is either a 3, 4 or a 6, 1. If this was a 3, 4, it would be that, wouldn't it? Interesting, interesting. Where does 8 go in this row? This row here. It goes in one of these 3 boxes. I guess that's not too strange. It can't go there, though. Maybe this box is interesting. If this is an 8, or no, if this is a 7, this can only be a 1 or a 2. And actually, it would only be a 2. If it was an 8, though, what would it be? It could be a 2 still. It could not be a 3 because the 3 would have to go there. It could be a 4. It can't be a 5. It can't be a 6. It can't be a 7. They're all on the row. It couldn't be an 8 either because 8 would be at the top. And it could be a 9. That can only be a 2, 4, 9 right there. So 8 only has this option. Or, so it's only got those 3 options in that row, but it has all of these options. I could go down there as well. If it goes down here, though, it has to go up top. I couldn't go here because it can't fit up here. I don't know if that's where I should be looking at the moment. One, two, one. One can't go here, can it? Or could it? I guess it could, because if this was 9, this would be 9. And this could be 1 then, I guess. And this could be 3. If this was 3, this would be 8. I guess that would be alright. If this was 4, could a 3 still exist here? I believe it could. If this was 3, this would be 2. Yeah, this would be 2, 1. This would have to be... Maybe this is getting restricted. If it were a 4. It would need 3 cells that are 16. Could it be with a 9? A 9 and a 7. It couldn't be a 3-4. Couldn't be a 5-2. It would have to be a 6-1. If it had a 9, if that was a 4 on the right, and this had a 9 in it, it'd be a 9-6-1, which would be okay. But, I mean, could it have an 8 instead? If it was a 4, if it had an 8, it would need 8 more. It could not be 5-3, it could not be 6-2, could not be 7-1. So it could not have an 8. If it was 4, and it had a 6, could it get 10 more? Again, it would be with a 1-9. So I think what I'm getting at is that the 9 is bound to these 3. Therefore, this cannot be a 9. If this is a 4, an 8 cannot be anywhere here. It would be bound to these 2. This 5, 6, 7. This has to have an 8 on it, though. I wish I could get it out of there. This has to have a 6 on it as well. Okay, a 6 could go there. A 4 could still go in both. It still has a lot of options, doesn't it? If this is a 3, it's a 9-8. If it's a 4, I think it had to be a 9-6-1. Can it be a 4 with a 5? That would be 9, needing 11. Oh, what about an 8-3? 3 could go there. Let me back this up. What did I get there? I think that's where I'm at. Alright, if this was a 4... Oh, there can be a 5 there. And if it had a 3 on it, here, it would need 13 more. And it couldn't do that. If this was a 4, could it have an 8 with it? It would need 8 more. Could not be a 6-2, could not be a 5-3, could not be a... So no. And then my question was, could it not have a 9? It couldn't have an 8, couldn't have a 7. If it had a 6, it would have to be with a 9-1. And yeah, anything else would be just kind of repeating down. It can't be with a 3 over here, because then it would need 13. And it it wouldn't have digits to do that with. Because it would have 4, 5, and 7 already in the row. So yeah, it does have to be a 9 there. That was right. I just kind of second guessed myself there, which is better now than when I find out I'm wrong. So where are we at? Do we have any clues on these? Is this a region sum? Look, it could be 6, 2, and an 8 being here. This would be 3 and a 9. This would be 4. And this would be a 9, 9. And this would have to equal 8. Couldn't be a 7, 1. Couldn't be a 6, 2, but it could be a 5, 3. That would work just splendidly. Interesting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This could still be kind of a Rinban as well with that. Although not if this was a 2, 6, that would not work. Unless this was maybe a 1. No, that couldn't be a 1 then. If this was a 2, 6, I don't think this could be a Rinban. Because this could not be a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But that's only if that's a 2, 6. What else could that be? Can this have a 1 on it? I mean, it could. What can go down here? 1, 8, or not? 1, 8, or 9. 1, 5, 8, or 9. 1, 5, 8, or 9. That's it. That's all that can go down there. This is all that can go in those two. And this gets a 3, 6, 8, or 9. Five. Oh man. Is that 5, 6, 8, 9? Is that a combo? It's not, is it? I don't think so. No. Let's not start talking crazy. A 4. Oh. I already got a 4 there. What goes here? This is only 3, 4, 6. Is that interesting to me? If this was a region sum, this would have to be a 6. This would have to be a 1, 2, 3. This would have to be the 2. This would have to be the 3. The 3 would go there. 3 would go here. This would be a 1. The 1 would be up here. The 1 can't be up here, can it? The 1 can only be up here if this is a 3. But that could... Or no, I'm sorry. If that was a 4. It's the only way the 1 could be up here, with a 9 and a 6. If this was a 4 now, this would be the 6. And this would be a 9-1. Maybe that's something worth thinking of. Or maybe not. If that would be the 6, though, this would have to be the 9. If this was a 4. So if this is a 4, this has to be the 6. This has to be the 8. So this is 4, this is 6, this is 9, this is 1. Now this would still be able to be a Rin band probably. But if this was 9, this could be 6-3. And this could be maybe 8-1 or or 6-3 or something. But if this is 4, this is 8. And then we have the 6 here, or a 4, and this would be, and this would still be 8 or 9 depending on if this was a 4 or a 6. Man, that's kind of crazy hard there to think that far in the future. Lose track of where I go. One, if this is a Rin band, this cannot be a 6. So if it's a 6, it has to be a region sum. This has to be a 2, this has to be a 3. And then 2, 3 would also make a combo here as well, because 3 would have to go there, so this would have to be a 2-3. And what would be left over is a 5-6, which looks okay. No, it doesn't. Hold on, let me do that again. If this is a 6, then this diagonal must be 1, 2, 3. The 2 would go here, putting a 2 over here. The 3 would go here, putting a 3 here, and so this would be a 2, 3. The 6 would be here, remember, but a 5 would go in one of these. And therefore, it would say a 5 has to go over here, and it would be broken. So a 6 cannot go there, so a 1 cannot go there. So this is a 3-4. The 4 does not go there. We've made a 3-4 combo on the top row. And we know that this is a Rin band now. So we know that we have to have a 2 on it, and we know the 2 goes there. Now this is a 3, 4, 5. This is a 3, 4, 5. So this 6 or no 8 and 9. Well, there's nothing that's not on this line that's not a possibility here, other than a 2. A 2 goes here. Alright. I'll take it. Okay. So, if a 5... I guess that would be okay. So this is a Rin band though. 1, 2... This cannot be a 3, 4 combo. Well, let's just say the 5 has to go there. So does this have a 9 on it? If I could sort out the 4 didn't go on the line. Then at least I would know that at least I would know the 9 went on it, and it would be in this row here. But I don't know that the 9 has to go on it. It could be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 still. But if this is a 6, I have to remember that this is 9, 8 and a 3. So if it was 4, no, what was the other way? If this was a 5, the 9 would go here. This would be a 5. Therefore, this would be a 1. This would be a 3. Which means this was a 2. What was I even oh my gosh. If this is a 6, this is a 3, 9, 8. This is a 6. This is a 3. This is an 8 or 9. Now, there could not be a 7. If this was a 3 and this was 8, 9, there could not be a 7 anywhere on this line. So it would have to be a Regent's Son. If this was 8 here, it could not be 7, 1. And this was, again, if a 6 was here. If an 8 was here, then it could not be 6, 2, because the 6 would be there. Could not be 5, 3, could not be 7, 1. So it cannot be an 8. If a 9 was there, it could be 8, 1. It could be 1 here, 8 here. Oh my gosh. So I guess I haven't ruled that out. Can I rule out this being a Rin band though? I don't think I can. So one could go here. Oh, wait. If this was a 4... If this was a 4, could I make a Rin band work here? This would have had to be the 6. No, I cannot. I cannot make a Rin band here. Because this would have to be a 1-9. This would have to be a 6. This line already can't have a 7 on it. And a 6 can't reach a 1 on a 5 cell thingy. So if this was a 3, this would be 9-8. Oh, but I was doing if this was a 6. If this was a 3, well, regardless. If this was a 3, this is a 9-8. It would have to still have a 7 on it, and it can't. So this is definitely not a Rin band. So it does not have to have a 5 on it, but it could have a 5 on it. But it's not a Rin band. Can it have a 1 on it? It could still have a 1 on it to reach 9. Could be with a 1-8. Good grief. So what? A 9 goes here. Period, right? Because if this is a 4, a 6 goes here. If it's a 3, the 9 goes here. And then additionally, if this is a 4, the 6 goes here, putting this to be a 1-9. Otherwise, it's a 3, and this is 8-9. So 9 does not go down here. But the 8 could. But the 5 never goes up here. Well, duh. I already got that marked. But so the 1 could, or the 8 could. Now, if the 1 goes up here, then the 8 has to be in one of these. So let's mark that as possible. If the 8 goes up here, then this has to be the 6. So this is not a 6. I think, ever. I think. What can this be? It's a 1 or an 8, right? Or, maybe I should ask, what can this be? If this is an 8-9, it cannot be a 6, because the 6 would go here. But if it's a 1-9, it is the 6. So if this is a 1-9, well, wait, if this is a 8-9, then the 9 has to go here. And this would have to be an 8-1 right here in some order. Oh, it would have to be in this order. Because it couldn't be a 5-3. The 6 would be over here, so it couldn't be a 6-2. Oh, I'm doing a 9, idiot. So it couldn't be a 6-3. It couldn't be a 5-4. It couldn't be a 7-2. It would have to be an 8-1 in that order. Now, if it was a 1-9, this would be a 6. Again, the 9, well, the 9 is just here, isn't it? In both of those, I just got the 9 is there. But in that second one, where if this was a 1-9, then this would be a 3. So never was this a 2. It's a 1-8 or a 3-6. So this is a 2. So there, and that made this have to be a 1. Oh wait, did it? No, maybe not, maybe not. Hold up there. If this was 8 up here, this could still be a 2. And this could be a 3. That would be fine. But if it's a 7 up here, then this does have to be a 1. Okay. So this is only 1-6. Now, is there anything else that could be here? Probably a 1. And a 4. I don't think a 6 goes here. In fact, I already took it out. I just forgot the corner mark. So all of these 1. So look, these are full. Are they not? That's a 1-3-6-8. That's a quadruple. Yeah, so this is a 9, and this is a 4. Oops. This has to be, this can still be a 4 or a 9. 6 is already on there. Yeah. So this is a combo, and the 1-5 is on the other side. This is a 3. This is now a 4-5 combo. There'll be a 6 or an 8 up here with a 9. But we have this one being a 4, this one being a 3, 4. I think that did something else. This was a 4, so it needed 14 more. If it had a 9 here, it would need 5 more, and it cannot. So the 9 cannot be here in any 3 of those. Therefore, it must be in the corner, because the 9 can't go here in this column. Okay, that's good. This is now a 6 or 8. So, this didn't have an... So there's 14 more. If there was an 8 here, it would need 6 more, and it couldn't. An 8 cannot go here. An 8 could go there though. If this was a 7, it would need 7 more. It can't be a 6-1. It can't be a 4-3, but it could be a 5-2. If this was a 6, it would need 8 more. It can't be a 5-3. It would have to be a 6-2. Man, should I be marking these? Of course I should. I think I said it couldn't be an 8, right? If it was an 8... Oh, this is a... Oh. Since I got this 3 at the bottom, this is an 8. Right. Okay. Alright, so now... Can a 6 go on this line? And I believe the answer is no, because it would need... Oh, wait, yeah, maybe. It would need 8 more. No, it couldn't. Couldn't be 7-1, couldn't be 5-3, couldn't be 6-2. Because the 6 would already be there once. Okay. Alright, so can this have an 8? Or can this have a 7, I meant? It would need 7 more. It would be 5-2. So it can be 7-5-2. It couldn't have a 6. And then I'm down to, can it have a 5? And obviously it can with a 7-2. Can it have a... Oh, that's it. It's 2-5-7. That's 12, 13, 14. Yep, that's 18. This is a 6. Oh, I mean, that was another thing I could... Once I figured out the 6 couldn't go there, then I just knew it went there, right? That was just not me looking to the left. No big deal. Still got there. This can still be 4 or 9. Interestingly enough. 4 does go down. Oh no, the 7 goes here. The 4 does go down on the bottom, so it must go there, as it cannot be here. So that rin band is complete. The 5 goes up here, likely this being a rin band. If this what? Nope, it cannot be actually. Oh, no, yeah, it can't. This cannot be a 5. Oh wait, this could be a 1 though. I have to remember they can be either one. This is, if this was a 5, this would have to be a 1. Because it would be a Regent sum. But it cannot be a rin band though. That is, if this is a 5. That part is true. Because this would be a 3 or a 6. And they are both in the column. But this could very well be a 1. What other digit can this be? This is a 3-5. Right, so if this was a 3, this could be a 2 and still be a rin band. It could not be a 5 though. So it can be a 2 if it's a rin band. Or it's a 1 if it's a 5. So if this is a 3, this is a 2. If this is a 5, this is a 1. But that's the only possible things it could be. And this goes with a, is it a 6? Yeah. And then this goes with, a 3, and then a 4 or a 9. Which is still not resolved. That's kind of crazy. This had to be, though. It can be a 5-4. Oh, this is a 9. 9 goes in one of those. This is a 5-4. Oh, nice. Now that's fine. That is resolved. That was resolved. I just hadn't put the 9 there. And now this cannot be a 5-4. It is only a 6-3, which is already sorted. The 6 now being in one of those. The 3 making a combo there. 3-9. Crazy. What's left? A 4, an 8, a 3, which that's a combo now. What else do I see? Set it for now. 6s, 4s, 2, 7, 3, 9. This has a 9 now. This is a smart all 3 at once. 1, 2, 5. This is a 1-2 combo. This is gonna put a 9 here, which will make that combo. This is a 1. Oh yeah, this is a 7, a 6-7 then. A 6-7 goes up here somewhere. 7 being in one of those. 6 being in one of those. 2, 5, 7. So this is either it's a 3 and a 2 or a 5 and a 1. Which seems fine. Still, either way around, I believe. Okay, what about this one? This is a this is all this can be, is a 2, 5, or a 7. So this cannot be, since this is a combo, and I know this is a 3 or a 9, we can't make any of these digits. As in we would be above 7 if we were to add these other 2 digits with it, right? So it is going to be a Rinban. Now, it could reach a 9 if there was a 5 on it, for sure. If this was a 9, it would have to have an 8. It would have to have a 7. It would have to have a 6. All of those are possible. If it was a 3, right, if it was a 3, it would have to have a 4, and that is not possible. because the 4 sees every other part of the line that's already in the corner up there. So this is a 9, and it's going to go all the way down to 5. But I think the 5 could still go over here, or it could go right here. Well, it doesn't now, does it? Because the 5 goes there, and that means that had to be the 1. That has to be the 3. And now I believe that the 5 cannot go here. It goes in one of these. I think it could be either still, but we do get some work down here. What is this gonna be? This has to be a, it doesn't have to be. Could be a 628, huh? Could it still be a rim band? I think it could be. Could be 678 still. I got 8 here twice, I think. I don't know, this might have to be an 8. Can this be 5, 6, 7 though? 5, 6, 5, 6, maybe not. So if this was a rin band, it would be maybe I just hold off on that. This is a 2, 6, 7. I know that much. That's all that can be because of the bottom stuff. This can only be 2, 6, 7. So this is a 5 right here. And this is a 9. There's definitely the easier way about that. So this can't be a 7-2 adding to 9. It could be a 6-2 adding to 6 or to 8. Sorry. Or it would have to be a 6, 7, 8. Either way, this is 8. So there's an 8 over here. An 8 does need to be on this rin band. And with this 8 here and this 8 up here, then this has to be the 8. There also needs to be a 6 on it, because we must get to 5. This is the only one that can be that 6. Yes. This is the only one that can be that 5. This is the only one that can be that 7. This is now 6, 2, adding to 8. This is a 2. This is going to be a 1, 7. So this is the 7, this is the 1 because of the 7 here. Nice, we get a lot done there. This is a single here that's going to be a 2. This is going to be a 5 and 7. And that was a lovely puzzle, Ambiguity by James Kopp. I found that pretty difficult to get going though, but I did have a lot of fun with it. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah, please like and subscribe if you enjoy it. And thank you so much. Bye bye.